What's up, guys? This is Cody with Cody Walling Fishing. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 reasons that you should start fishing. Alright guys, so I've asked around. I've asked family, I've asked social media, I've asked my wife, and we've come up with 3 reasons why you guys should start fishing. So the first reason I believe you should start fishing is because it is a scalable hobby. Most of us already have hobbies. Fishing is not the only thing I do. I enjoy pew-pews, I enjoy barbecuing, but fishing is obviously my favorite hobby and the thing I put the most time into. So when you're sitting here saying, Cody, I don't need another hobby. No, I think it's worthwhile to fit fishing in if you would give it the time of day. And the reason I say you can fit fishing in is because, like I said, it's a scalable hobby. You can put into what you want for fishing. So you don't have to do it as crazy as I do with the 10 different rods going out on a very expensive kayak and things like that. You can go to Walmart, buy a cane pole, buy a tub of worms, and buy a bobber. And you can go sit on a dock, sit on the shore, go out on a friend's pontoon, and you can have a great day fishing, chasing bluegill, chasing brim, chasing for little species, and sometimes you'll even get a bass or a catfish in there that'll want to take that worm. Very simple, very easy to do. You don't have to put a whole lot of thought into it. You just toss the line out, enjoy a drink, enjoy the friend's company, and go on. On the flip side, if you really want to take fishing seriously, it becomes a mental challenge. It becomes mentally stimulating as a hobby because there's so many things that we can incorporate into fishing. So you can analyze weather, you can look into lake depths, you can look into water temperature, you can look into contour lines, you can look into time of year, you can look into seasonal pattern and what the fish are doing, and all of those things are like little puzzle pieces that you slowly put together. And the days that you can put them all together and they fit together, man, those are some of the most rewarding days you'll have on the water. To be able to put the pieces together to say, okay, it's a pre-spawn pattern, water's cold, they're feeding up, boom, I'm going to throw a jerkbait. And then you go out and you catch 20, 30 bass. Such a fun time. So the first reason is that fishing is a scalable hobby. You can go and you can make it as simple as you want, or you can go and make it as complex as you want. And it's all tailored to what you want. So I think it's worthwhile to fit in because you can do that. You can scale it to what you need. So the second reason I think you guys should start fishing is because it is a life skill. Put yourself a couple hundred years ago and where we don't have supermarkets, where we can just go to Walmart or Aldi or Publix or whatever supermarket is in your area of the country and pick up a fillet of fish and pick up a vegetable to go with it, and then boom, boom, 30 minutes later you have dinner. Not too long ago, people actually had to go out and fish or hunt or come up or forage for their food in order to sustain life. Now we're privileged to live in a society where most of the time we can just go straight down to the grocery and pick up what we need. But it's not out of the realm of thought that one day we might have to forage for our food. Or there may be situations that we get ourselves into in life where we have to forage for our own food. Say we go on a backpacking trip and we're hiking through the woods, we lose our directions, and oh snap, we need to be able to get food so we can keep our energy levels up so we can get back to a safe state. Guess what? I know how to fish. So I can put together something, so I can put a line in the water or I can put a spear together to be able to go after those fish and get food so I can get energy and get myself back to a safe state of being. And so it's not that far-fetched to think about, and it might be in a little extreme reason, but it's definitely a good reason, I believe, is to have that life skill in your back pocket if you ever may need it, to learn how to fish. And so that's the second reason. Fishing is a life skill that you may not need right now, but you may need one day. So it's always good to have that in your back pocket if it's ever needed. Alright guys, so the third and final reason, and in my opinion the most important reason I believe you guys should start fishing, are for the health benefits. So you may be thinking I'm crazy right now, but I noticed when I started fishing, my mental space was so much better after fishing than before. And it's one of the biggest reasons that I have continued to fish since I decided to give it a try a couple years ago. And so the health benefits of fishing really break down into two categories. The first one is physical. Fishing does, believe it or not, supply some physical health benefits. Even though people such as Dave Ramsey will say fishing only makes you fatter, I don't think that's necessarily true. Yes, there are ways you can do it where it only makes you fatter, but the fishing I'm speaking of, usually you are up, you are moving around, you are being active for a pretty long period of time. Imagine you're a bank angler. Usually you're not just sitting in one space. You want to try and find the fish, so you're up, you're walking around the shore trying to find where the fish are. You're bending over, you're squatting, you're making movements and firing muscles in your arms while casting. All of these things are movements that are burning calories that are ultimately allowing you to be more physical than if you were just sitting on the couch. Also, kayak angling, same thing. A lot of dudes are crazy. They're out there in pedal kayaks, and obviously you're getting exercise in a pedal kayak. But even in a kayak like this, where I have a motor that propels me around the lake, I am still getting exercise. Again, firing muscles while casting and pitching and throwing lures around. But also I notice a day or two after I've been fishing, the muscles in my legs are sore from keeping myself balanced on the kayak. So all of that adds up and is a physical activity and physical health benefits that you wouldn't otherwise get if you were just sitting around. So I want to read real quick some of the physical health benefits listed by UC Davis for being outside and fishing. So obviously, increased activity levels. It helps with weight management, reduce cortisol levels, reduced muscle tension, lower heart rate and lower blood pressure, improved immune system health, and obviously we're out in the sun, so increased vitamin D intake. Anybody hear a bad health benefit of being outside fishing? Not on that list. So the physical side, obviously, yeah, I think there's a good case that fishing is a physically beneficial hobby. So the second part of fishing being good for your health is the fact that fishing is good for your mental health. And this is the part that really, really speaks to me, because for a long, long time, I've battled with my mental health. Prior to fishing, I would describe myself as angry, mad at the world, irritable, definitely depressed, to the point where I would have episodes maybe every other week. It was bad. But on a family trip to Missouri a couple years ago, I decided, what the heck? I'll pick up the rod and reel. I put a little worm on it, pitched it into the creek, and I wound up catching a little fish. I was like, okay, like, this was nice. I'm outside, I caught a fish, that gave me a feeling of satisfaction. And so when I came back to Florida, I decided that, I'm an adult, I don't need anybody's permission to go fishing. And so I decided that I would go, and I picked up a rod, reel, line, and I started fishing. And that snowballed and grew into this whole thing. But the mental state that I am in right now, and have been since fishing versus prior to fishing, is completely different. I feel more in control of my mental state. I feel generally happier. I don't have as many episodes of depression. Everybody has their day now and again. But generally, I get through those days better and can talk myself through stuff better. It's given me a great health benefit mentally. And so just like we looked at some of the physical health benefits, I want to read some of the mental health benefits. So 1. Improved mood. Reduce feelings of stress or anger. Feeling more relaxed. Improve your thinking, reasoning, and other mental abilities. Experience less mental distress. Have lower levels of poor mental health, particularly lower depression and anxiety. Increase feelings of pleasure. And generate many positive emotions such as calmness, joy, and creativity. And again, this isn't me making up Cody's list of why you should fish and why fishing is good for your mental health. This is an article from UC Davis Health. And so, again, fishing is great for you mentally and physically, and thus good for your health. So, I definitely think you guys should get into fishing for your health. And that's it, guys. 3 easy reasons, real quick, real simple. I think you guys should start fishing because it is a good, scalable hobby, because it is a good life skill that gives you the ability to provide for yourself, your family, and your friends. And then 3, fishing is good for your health. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in and hearing what I have to say on this topic and why fishing is good for your health. I hope that this little video, which is just the start of a series, encourages you to get into fishing, to go to your local tackle shop or go to Walmart, pick up a rod, pick up a reel, pick up some bait, and go put a line in the water. Because it's benefited me tremendously, and I owe a lot to fishing and being outside and what it's done for me in my life. Guys, I thank y'all so much. If y'all are still here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, your loved ones, and anybody you think might need to hear it. I appreciate y'all so much, and we'll see you on the next one.